Welcome to Concrete Block, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and trends shaping our world. I'm your host, Walter. Today, we're going to explore the aftermath of the Iran war and its far-reaching implications on global politics. The recent ceasefire between the United States and Iran has marked a significant shift in the Middle East geopolitical landscape. The region is now more polarized than ever, with two distinct coalitions emerging: the Islamic coalition, led by Saudi Arabia, and the Abrahamic coalition, which includes countries like Israel and the United Arab Emirates. As these coalitions solidify, outside powers are seizing the opportunity to expand their influence in the region. China, in particular, is well positioned to play a key role in shaping the post-war order. With its strong economic ties to countries in the region and its relative impartiality, Beijing may be able to mediate tensions between rival states and broker new agreements. One idea that's been floated is a non-aggression pact between GCC countries and Iran, modeled after the Helsinki process that eased Cold War tensions in Europe in the 1970s. While the prospects of such a pact are uncertain, it's clear that China's diplomatic efforts will be closely watched in the coming months. The Middle East is just one region where the global balance of power is shifting. As governments around the world reassess their relationships with the United States, we're seeing a trend towards greater autonomy and diversification. From Europe to Asia, countries are seeking to reduce their dependence on Washington and forge new partnerships with rising powers like China. The implications of this shift are profound, and we'll be exploring them in more depth throughout this episode. For now, it's clear that the Iran war has marked a turning point in global politics, one that will have far-reaching consequences for years to come. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into a complex and evolving story that's got everyone talking: the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and the latest developments in peace talks. As we explore this sensitive topic, it's essential to acknowledge the multifaceted nature of the issue and the various stakeholders involved. Recently, there have been significant shifts in the diplomatic landscape, with European leaders playing a more prominent role in potential peace negotiations. Donald Trump has acknowledged Europe's earned place at the table, recognizing that Russia needs to be pressured to come to the negotiating table. This development comes after the G7 summit in France, where Trump agreed to step up sanctions against Putin and increase military support for Kyiv. The EU has also made efforts to establish communication channels with Moscow, with brief contacts made in recent weeks to open dialogue. However, it's crucial to note that the EU is not acting as a mediator, but rather supporting Ukraine in its pursuit of a just and lasting peace. The bloc's foreign policy chief, Kaja Kallas, has warned that opening talks with Russia could be a trap, and emphasized the need for assurances from all parties involved. As the situation continues to unfold, it's vital to consider the perspectives of all parties involved, including Ukraine, Russia, the EU, and the US. A peaceful resolution will require careful negotiation, compromise, and a deep understanding of the complex issues at play. The involvement of European leaders and the potential for new sanctions against Russia may be a game-changer in forcing Putin's regime to negotiate. However, it's also important to recognize that the path to peace is often fraught with challenges and uncertainties. As we continue to monitor this developing story, we'll provide you with updates and insights from multiple angles. For now, it's clear that the international community is committed to finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Ukraine. Welcome back to Concrete Block. As we wrap up today's show, we're taking a closer look at the latest developments in British politics. Prime Minister Keir Starmer is facing a potential leadership challenge from Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham, who is currently running in the Makerfield by-election. According to recent reports, Starmer has warned Burnham against launching an immediate leadership challenge if he wins the by-election. Instead, the Prime Minister suggests that Burnham's priority should be to ensure Labour holds the Manchester mayoralty, which would become vacant if Burnham wins the parliamentary seat. Starmer has also hinted that he would offer Burnham a cabinet role in his government if he wins the by-election. However, sources close to Burnham have dismissed this offer, stating that it would be difficult for him to claim he can change Labour while accepting a role in the current government. The situation is complex, with other potential challengers, such as former Health Secretary Wes Streeting, also considering their options. The outcome of the Makerfield by-election is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the result will have significant implications for the future of the Labour Party and British politics as a whole. As we await the results of the by-election, it's essential to consider the potential consequences of a leadership challenge. Would a new leader be able to unite the party and provide a fresh perspective, or would it lead to further division and instability? The coming days will be crucial in determining the direction of the Labour Party. We'll be keeping a close eye on developments and providing updates as more information becomes available. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed,